Не знаю, видно, нет? Вон горит.
Literally one day before the Trump-Putin meeting in Alaska, Ukraine struck one of Russia's largest refineries, showing that without a genuine sign of peace from Moscow, its economy will continue to bleed from daily Ukrainian attacks. On the night of August 14th, strike drones hit the Lukoil oil refinery in the Russian city of Volgograd, sparking a large-scale fire. The incident was reported by Russian telegram channels, including Astra. The strike on the refinery was also confirmed by the regional governor, Andrei Bocharov. Numerous Russian sources reported a massive drone attack and explosions overnight in Volgograd. It was later reported that the Volgograd refinery had been attacked. Explosions on its premises caused fires to break out. As a result of falling debris, there was a spill and ignition of petroleum products at the Volgograd refinery. Fire services promptly began firefighting efforts. According to preliminary data, there are no casualties, Volgograd Region Governor Bokharov reported in the morning. In addition to photo and video evidence, the successful strike and the large fire are also confirmed by the NASA firm service. The Volgograd refinery is the largest producer of petroleum products in the southern federal district of Russia, with a production capacity of 14.8 million tons of petroleum products per year. The facility is located 475 kilometers from the state border of Ukraine. This Russian refinery has been repeatedly targeted by Ukrainian strike drones, which caused fires on its premises. For example, on February 3rd, a massive nighttime drone attack had resulted in a fire. On January 15th, there were also reports of a fire at Unit Number 18 and 2 heat exchangers of this refinery following a powerful explosion. Local media reported that the fire occurred around 4 a.m. The Lukoil oil refinery in Volgograd was attacked on January 31st, 2025, as well as in May and February 2024.
Не знаю, видно, нет? Видно. Пожар. Это завод и есть. Горит. Капец. Не знаю, видно, нет? Вон горит.
Такая движуха сегодня в районе, короче. И небо, оно то ярче, то и вот трэш. Непонятно.
Ukrainian soldiers are manually throwing TM-62 anti-tank mines into Russian bunkers in Vovchansk. Ukrainian forces have advanced into central Vovchansk, only a few kilometers from the Russian border, while heavy fighting continues as Russian troops launch repeated assaults. The city itself is almost entirely destroyed, with no permanent population remaining after months of shelling and street battles. The Trump administration is reportedly planning to cooperate with Russia in exploiting rare earth minerals in occupied regions of Ukraine. It is also said to be planning to offer Russia the chance to exploit Alaska's mineral resources and to ease aviation sanctions. The Daily Telegraph newspaper reports that the U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has been presenting ideas on U.S.-Russian economic cooperation to Trump ahead of Friday's summit. They are said to include U.S.-Russian cooperation on mining Ukrainian mineral deposits, lifting export bans on parts and equipment needed to service Russian aircraft, U.S.-Russia cooperation on developing natural resources off the coast of Alaska, strengthening Russia's presence in the Bering Strait. The proposals are said to be a way of expediting a ceasefire agreement in a way that could be acceptable to Europe. According to a source, the sense is that it has to be presented to align with public opinion around this. It cannot be seen as a reward for Putin. Russia's foreign ministry says Sergei Lavrov will take part in the upcoming U.S.-Russia summit in Alaska. Moscow also claims that the 4 Ukrainian regions of Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhzhia, and Kherson have already been added to its constitution.
Thank you. Indeed, the most relevant question right now. Yes, I can confirm Sergei Viktorovich Lavrov's participation in this event, which is planned to be held in Alaska this coming Friday.
Norwegian intelligence called Russia the biggest threat to the country's security today. This is reported by VG, quoting the head of intelligence, Niels Andreas Stensones. At the event titled Hybrid Attacks Against Norway, Are We at War? Stensones began his speech by denying that Norway is at war. However, Russian President Putin believes that Russia is in constant conflict with the West, he said. The intelligence chief added, "It is Russia that is the biggest threat to Norway today." Stensones also expressed the opinion that Russia did not aim to influence that year's fall parliamentary elections in Norway, despite the fact that it has repeatedly influenced elections in European countries. But Russia is interested in influencing us in the longer term, he says. At the same event, the head of the Norwegian Police Security Service, Beate Gangås, announced the Russian trace in the cyber-sabotage of the dam in April this year. Back then, cybercriminals seized control of the control system of the dam on Lake Rosvatnet in southwestern Norway. As a result, the floodgates were opened for 4 hours straight, causing a large volume of water to be released before staff noticed the intrusion and took action. The PST is responsible for counterintelligence activities and ensuring the security of the state. In July, Norwegian Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Støre announced his readiness to provide Ukraine with additional funding to strengthen its air defense in close coordination with Germany. Sweden, Norway, and Denmark will jointly finance a new NATO initiative that will provide Ukraine with priority American weapons. The total contribution will amount to $500 million. Russian invaders are pulling rare ZVM-2411 Uzola-tracked snow and marsh machines to the front line against Ukraine. A photo of one of these vehicles being transported on a military trawl on Russian roads was taken by a Russian influencer. Because of the body from the UAZ-2206, or its later versions, popularly called Bukhanka, it is confused with handmade products based on the products of the Ulyanovsk automobile plant UAZ. Uzola snowmobiles are mass-produced at the Zavoljsky crawler vehicle plant in the Ivanovo region. The company manufactures a crawler and integrates various car bodies produced by UAZ into it. Passenger van UAZ-2206, Bukhanka, cargo and passenger with a 2-row cabin. UAZ-39094 cargo flatbed with a single-row cabin. UAZ-3303. The following vehicles were created on their basis: ZVM-2411, ZVM-2411GP, ZVM-2411G. The manufacturer claims that the machine can be used on all types of soil, marshland, and snow. As standard, Uzola is equipped with a dewatering pump, and it can also be equipped with an electric winch, an autonomous cabin heater, air conditioning, etc. Also, at the request of the customer, the engine can be installed for one of two types of fuel: gasoline ZMZ 409051.110 or 409052.110, Cummins ISF 2.8 diesel engine. The tracks can be of three types: all metal stamped with rubber metal hinges, rubber reinforced. The official website of the Zavoljsky crawler vehicle plant lists a number of Russian government agencies, including the Russian Ministry of Defense, as customers of its products. Other state operators include the police, healthcare units, and the ministries of emergency situations.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.